We spend so much of our lives building careers, chasing deadlines, but we often forget about the one engine that's powering the whole thing, our heart. So today, we're not just going to talk about heart health. We're giving you a real practical roadmap to protect it, and we're starting right now.
First things first, we've got to face what is honestly a pretty alarming new reality. The old rules of heart health, they're changing, and what we thought we knew might not be the full picture anymore, especially if you're a younger professional.
So, let me ask you straight up, are you really listening to your body? Because, the first signs of trouble aren't always that dramatic, movie-style chest-clutching moment. Nope. More often, they're just these quiet whispers, things that are way too easy to ignore in our busy lives.
I mean, just look at how normal these signs seem. That nagging jaw pain you just blame on stress, right? Or that exhausting you just chalk up to a long work week. Or getting a little winded after walking up a single flight of stairs. These are the signals we misunderstand all the time. They're not just signs of getting older, they are your heart telling you, hey, I'm under strain here. And this brings us to a huge and frankly completely outdated idea that heart disease is something only older folks need to worry about. The reality is, heart issues are skyrocketing among younger professionals, and this trend is hitting especially hard in places like India, where lifestyle and even genetic factors are creating a perfect storm.
So what is going on? What's causing this huge shift? Well, the answer isn't some rare, exotic disease. The real culprits, they're actually hiding in plain sight, right there in our daily routines. So let's uncover these hidden dangers.
Okay, first up is a habit that almost every single one of us is guilty of. Sitting for hours and hours. We just think of it as part of the job, totally harmless, but deep inside, our bodies are telling a very, very different story.
So here's what's actually happening. When you're sitting for long stretches, your blood circulation just slows right down. Your body gets worse at managing blood sugar, and all of this puts a slow, steady strain on your heart. It has to work so much harder to pump blood through a system that's pretty much gone to sleep. And over the years, that really adds up to some serious damage.
All right, the next hidden danger, it kicks in when the lights go out. You know that rise and grind culture, the one that almost glorifies skipping sleep? Well, treating sleep like it's a luxury is one of the most damaging things you can possibly do for your heart.
See, when you're in deep sleep, your body goes into full-on repair mode. Your blood pressure naturally drops, and your heart finally gets a chance to rest. But when you cut that process short, night after night, you mess with the critical hormones that control your blood pressure and inflammation. It creates this constant low-level stress inside your body that directly harms your arteries.
And as we mentioned, this situation has some unique layers in India. You've got this high-pressure work environment that leads to constant stress. Then there are diets that, while amazing, can be really heavy on refined carbs and fried foods. And then you add in a genetic predisposition that can make people even more vulnerable to all these lifestyle risks. It's a triple threat.
Okay, so we've talked about the habits, but what is actually happening inside your body? How does sitting too long or sleeping too little actually translate into physical damage? Let's take a look at how this whole process builds up right inside your arteries.
Now, the most important thing to get here is that heart disease doesn't just happen overnight. It's not a single event. It's the result of 1,000 tiny choices we make every day. It's this slow, silent process where damage just accumulates, bit by bit, often with zero symptoms until it's really advanced.
So here's how it goes down, step by step. It all starts with inflammation, which gets triggered by things like stress, a poor diet, and not enough sleep. This inflamed environment basically makes your artery walls sticky, which lets cholesterol latch on and start forming plaque. Over time, that plaque gets hard, and it narrows your arteries, kind of like a clogged pipe, which makes it harder for blood to get to your heart. It's a simple but pretty devastating chain of events. Now, I know that all sounds pretty scary, but here is the good news, and it is really good news. This whole process is not inevitable. You absolutely have the power to stop it, and maybe even reverse some of that early damage. So let's switch gears and talk about the simple, easy fixes you can start today.
I absolutely love this because it puts the control right back where it belongs, with you. This isn't about some complicated drug or procedure. It's all about small, consistent choices that you make every single day.
Let's start with food, because it doesn't have to be a massive diet overhaul. Just look at these simple swaps. Instead of those fried evening snacks, how about a handful of nuts? Instead of that third sugary coffee, maybe try some green tea or buttermilk. Just dial back the white rice a bit and load up on more veggies. These little changes, they have a huge cumulative effect.
And what about sleep? You can see the gap right here. So many of us are living in that sub-6-hour danger zone.
But the sweet spot, the target that's scientifically proven to help your heart repair itself, is a consistent 7 to 8 hours a night. Seriously, making this a priority is non-negotiable.
You know, the key here is to focus on habits that give you the biggest bang for your buck. High impact, but low effort. Set a timer to get up and walk for just 5 minutes every hour. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Toss one extra vegetable on your plate at lunch. These aren't huge life changes, but they are small, sustainable things that break that cycle of damage.
Okay, so how do we pull all of this together? Let's take these ideas and build a super simple routine that you can actually weave into your day without it feeling like a chore.
And please remember, the goal here is not to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. It is all about consistency. This isn't about some radical transformation that you're going to give up on in a week. It's about building a simple, repeatable routine that's going to serve your heart for years and years to come.
All right, here it is, your simple 3-step daily heart check-in. In the morning, move, just 10 minutes of stretching or a quick walk. Midday, mind. Take a 5-minute break from your screen to walk around and just breathe. And in the evening, unwind. Disconnect from your phone and your laptop 30 minutes before you want to go to sleep. Move, mind, unwind. That's it. Anyone can do this.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. Forget about tomorrow or next week or next month. What one simple change will you make for your heart starting today?